Hey, hi, hello, guys. It's Jamali Senpai here. I'm just here with my friend Jamie. We're going to watch this
Well,
video from Jubilee called "Do All Polyamorous Couples Think the Same?" Um, since I am in a polyamorous relationship, he thought it would be my friend Jamie thought it'd be a good idea to see if I aligned with some of the things in this video.
I get jealous when I see my partner with someone else.
Okay, pause.
it's hot.
I'm guessing I'm supposed to go from like strongly disagree to strongly agree.
Yeah,
Do I get jealous when I see my significant other with someone else? No. Not no.
but
No.
have you ever?
Have I seen them with someone else?
Yeah, has that
No.
ever happened?
No, I haven't.
Hmm. Okay,
I've seen her with her friends. I've seen her hang out with like people that she's claimed
like
are
fuck friend.
her like soulmates, whatever. I don't know. I don't think I would be jealous. I don't think I'd be jealous just because I am understanding that I am in a polyamorous relationship, and I also um you know I hang out with other people all the time, so like I can't really. I don't feel like I can have that like jealousy and have it be valid. I also just I'm not just I just don't care.
Yeah. Also, I don't think there's a separate.
One,
So I'm gonna
System.
say strongly disagree.
I mean,
That's
of
the secret.
course, jealousy is a factor in polyamory, but it's something that we just communicate about. And
True.
I,
Of our lives, like work, friend, family. We kind of like suppress that jealousy. You
beautiful.
can't really act out on it.
True.
So
A
why, when it
beautiful
comes to
female,
relationships, you can
femme-leaning
just go and
person.
act out on it and get mad at your partner for
Yeah,
it,
so that's
or tell them you can't talk to this person or that person.
I found through polyamory that I like thrive off of love from multiple people, and I don't think I'm somebody to take that away from people I love either. So I feel that it would be wrong for me to feel jealous when it's something that I want. Instead, I replace it with a word even a lot of polyamory people don't know, which is compersion, which is like the opposite of jealousy.
So two
Compersion.
things.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing that I was saying. I keep hearing people say a lot for some reason. Is that they feel like there is like this concept that they don't want to take something away from the other person
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to like this type of relationship style. It's like this whole idea like it seems like a lot of people's reason why they are poly is because of that reason. Is like, well, I don't want to restrict the person I'm with. I don't want to take anything away from them. But I don't. I feel like people that think that way just seem to not understand what monogamy is really. Because I don't think any monogamous couple is like, oh yeah, I'm cool with my partner taking this away from me. Not like take it away from them. I don't think that's how anybody looks
Well,
at it. It's like a commitment thing. We
well,
both agree to do it,
yeah.
type of thing.
It's a relationship thing, right? It comes down to the exact nuance of those people's like social contract. So while monogamy would technically restrict your ability to be involved with other people, that is just the restriction that comes with monogamy. That's just inherent in monogamy. It's not
There's a
necessarily.
restriction, but it's not a restriction you're applying to a person.
It's a restriction that is applied to the relationship
Yeah,
based on its like concept, right? The very
yeah.
conceptualization of a monogamous relationship means that you are not with anyone else. So in a way, you are restricting them from being with someone else if that was their
But you're
plan.
not though.
If they wanted that, you would be restricting somebody from that.
Well, of course.
Right.
But you could do that. You could do that same thing in poly. Well, we're not using that because that's not what we're talking about, right?
I
That could be
mean,
like restrictive in a poly. Like, well, I'll talk to this person. Or them, I don't like them. You can't date them. Okay, well, I guess I'm not dating. Like, you could do that too. I don't think that's
yeah,
what we're talking about.
yeah. But
But the
that's the
restriction is like in.
it does depend on the nitty gritty nuance of of the two people's or multiple people's relationship. I don't think there's like a set way that like one polyamorous relationship will work as opposed to someone else's. Like they can all work very differently.
I just feel like that's like a very big misunderstanding. If you think like there's no restriction though, you're not restricting anything.
Isn't it a perspective thing though? Because she would feel that way because she wouldn't if she
Well,
got
you
into
can
a
feel that people hate you and they can actually like you. Like, I guess yeah, if you're gonna make it perspective, was sure. But
well,
I'm saying literally, you're not restricting me from doing anything because I don't want to do anything else. Other than
okay,
just make
okay, I'm
love.
starting to understand. Yeah, and what exactly like you're saying this, you feel that way about other people, you hear other people say this who are in polyamorous relationships. Like, what other like sources are there other videos that you've watched? Like, I'm trying to understand, like, what other exposure have you had to other polyamorous couples?
Just like podcasts,
Mhm.
people talking to people. Like I guess a notable one was one I told you about before, but like Dr. K talking to Melina was one.
Mhm.
Notable wise, I guess that's be it. Otherwise, it'd just be people, polyamorous people talking. Not like really people that's like famous, whatever.
Right. Like other people that you picked up on.
Yeah, just like on podcasts and shit.
Right. I know me personally, I can say that I it's not about a restricting thing.
Oh, that's what I said. What do you feel? Yeah.
Yeah, for me personally, it's not about a restricting thing, but more so about like, I mean, I just don't see the point. Why limit yourself to the amount of people you can, that I personally can interact with, and then also, since I'm in that polyamorous relationship, I discussed that with my partner. I figure that it's also something that I agree and would sort of extend to them that sort of same level of autonomy as like, we could experience life with a bunch of different people while also still experiencing life with each other as like an anchor, and still get to dip our feet in different waters and still have fun. Not saying that monogamous couples don't have fun, because I forgot we were talking about this in comparison to monogamous couples.
I still feel like there's a lack of understanding when you say limit. I feel like when you keep saying words like that, I feel like you just...
It's a very personal thing. Like,
I'm asking you to, like, do you understand what monogamous people, like, what they're doing? But you keep saying, like, limiting, like, hoarding.
Wait.
So
So
using, like, certain languages that makes me think that you don't quite understand. Like, it's not...
So maybe I'm not quite understanding. I'm confused. In what way are monogamous people not limiting themselves?
Because they don't want to do that thing.
Right. Okay,
if I
great.
want to eat one popsicle, I might limit myself to one. I just don't want to eat more than one.
That's just what they want to do.
There's no limiting. Yeah.
And if I want to
eat
be involved with multiple people or eat three popsicles instead of stopping at one.
But if I ask you, I'm the person eating one, I'm asking you, what do you think I'm doing right now? You said, well, you're limiting yourself to one popsicle.
No, I was saying you're eating one popsicle while I'm taking three because I can. I can see how we're getting bogged down in the language here. Absolutely, sure. The fact that I'm using a negative connotation, a word that would give a negative connotation to it, sure. Limiting or make it seem that there's something that I am prohibiting myself from doing, which is sort of punishing myself. Sure. Yeah. That's not what I mean, but yeah, I could see how that specific language could make that specific thing be the general idea that you would convey from that. So I'm not limiting, but I want multiple things.
Yeah. And now to the compersion thing. Is that something that you feel? Like, yeah, like she's like, well, me and X had a great time. You're like, whoa, man, that makes me happy. I'm happy you had a good time.
Well, I'm always glad that my partner has a good experience with other people, but like compersion is a feeling of joy from others' pleasure, specifically. Yeah. I guess, based on this definite, like, I'm not like upset about it. I'm happy that they're having a good time for sure. I love them. I want them to have good times. Same way I love all of you guys, and I want you to have good times.
Oh, that's weird.
Huh?
I'm not in a big ass poly orgy.
What? I'm not having sex with any of you, but like, sure.
Mentally.
I mean, in a way, we are all in polyamorous relationships, right? Yuck.
No sex. It's not gay. It's just
that's the thing. Sex is not inherent to a relationship.
Well, for some people.
Well, to some people, but by the very definition of a relationship, we have relationships with everyone. Like friends. That's a relationship. Oh, yeah. We're in that's what I mean. Like, we're all in polyamorous relationship in a way.
But typically that just means boyfriend, girlfriend, and people say
sure, yeah. You think of it like boyfriend, girlfriend. But like, I love you, Jamie. Like, Jamie, I love you. And I'm already in a relationship with someone else that I love, and I love all of my other friends. So I'm already in a polyamorous relationship. It's a catch. It's a catch. It's technically not wrong. But yeah, I guess I feel compersion for that. If like, I'm not like sexually gratified by.
I don't think that's what she
did.
So I haven't been in a quad, right, where there have been 4 of us and we were all sort of internally dating one another. but I have had 3
Alright, pause
girlfriends
there.
at once. And
Okay.
Do you think you could do that? Do you
quad?
see yourself doing that?
Depends with the right people, man. Sure.
We just realized that not one person can fulfill all your needs.
I'm assuming that's something you agree with. That
Something
one
I
person
agree
can-
with.
everything?
Holistically, like that's totally a thing that I think I agree with, because I mean, like there's we get other things from different people in our relationships every single day, right? Like I come to you for different things, I go to Piro for different things, right? Like
2.
That's a beautiful woman.
I feel like this is a wash of a question for me, because like I don't really care what my family thinks, and
No,
my
we
parents
can,
are
yeah.
both dead.
support my lifestyle, I don't necessarily think that they quite understand it. When I have undergone separations or breakups with partners and tried to rely on my
just realized
family
that
for a little
doctor.
bit of emotional support to help me grieve those losses, sometimes I'm met with like, well, you got another partner. I don't see what the big deal is, right?
I guess the way my parents, my
That would
mom
low
has
key
always
how I
been,
would feel too.
she's
I would
always
be
been,
like,
I'm in a relationship where I'm like a slave
not-
maybe in the
That's
background. And
how could you low-key feel that way, knowing how we just discussed how different people give you different things?
I guess I get it, but I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. My brain does not compute this.
People can cheat.
So literally,
in
I guess the way to put it is like, your monitor broke, but you have like 2 backups. It's like, yo, bro, what? Just put that.
What?
on.
Nah, nigga,
It
that's not
sounds
how-
funny, but it's
That's
like
not
that's
how that
not
works. That's
that's
not
low-key
how that
my
works.
brain works.
That's
It's low key how my brain thinks about it.
people aren't computer monitors. You can cheat in polyamorous relationships. That's an obvious yes.
Oh,
This
good,
is
nice
not.
false. I agree.
3.
It's so weird that they
Well,
like
let's say that they're
try.
married
to-
and
like,
The
it's
try
before.
actually split up. Yeah,
Yeah.
You're
That's
going
Is
so
that- I
funny.
guess that's the terminology.
That's so funny.
Cameras.
It is still an individual decision of mine to say, okay, well, am I going to involve myself or not? I mean, sure, I think that clearly they're cheating, and I may try to encourage them to, like say, hey, you should tell this
Figure it
person what's
out.
up, but I'm not cheating.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
really want-
hey, big man. Big man agrees. We've discussed this. We've had this conversation in the past.
As a conceptual question, could you guys cheat within your polyamorous relationships? If 2 of you were to engage one another without the third one, would that constitute cheating in some senses?
Well, my answer, because I met them together, I don't see that if they were in the mood that would be cheating. That if they,
I see
if they
pause.
told me about it.
See, this is something else I always notice too.
Hmm.
And this is why I don't think I'm like, even though I don't understand this shit, I think I'm not too far from polyamory.
Mhm.
Because it always seems like there's like a king and queen in these relationships. It doesn't seem like everybody's an equal thing.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm sure there's probably relationships where that is true. But
Right.
it seems like most of the time there's like a head.
Well,
And
it
then
seems
it's like the supporting units.
I would
around it.
imagine that if it's an uneven amount of people and a third person comes in, like, well, if it's an even amount of people and then a third person comes in, that third person might feel as though they are not the initial like relationship, and depending on how they all interact within that relationship, the original 2 may still have a stronger connection than this third person does to them, which obviously that's a whole different thing. All that matters is communication. That's the bottom line.
I want children.
Agree.
This is
3, 2,
how does this
1,
work?
go.
I mean, okay, I actually want to say why I agree before.
Okay.
I want children, and now this is something that, and speaking frankly and honestly, I have not directly brought up with my partner, considering I know their stance on wanting children, which is a no. Not so much that they don't want children, but they don't want to house children in their body. And now I haven't spoken to them specifically about like,
Like a partner and have them.
right,
have
right,
kids.
having them have the child or getting a surrogate or whatever the case, whatever people do, whatever. But it is something that I do want to bring up with them at some point, and I probably will bring it up soon because, not that I want children relatively soon. It is something that I think I should bring up because
Yeah,
it's kind of
figure it out.
important.